You're listening to the BigIron Buzz.
Welcome to our latest episode of the BigIron Buzz, where each week we'll bring to you the latest news and trends in the ag, real estate, and used equipment markets. This podcast is brought to you by BigIron Auctions and Realty, Rural America's premier online unreserved auction site, bringing you rural connections, respected values, and real deals. Hi everyone, I'm Ryan Smith, and I'm the host of the BigIron Buzz. With me today are Mark Stock and Bill Troshynski from BigIron Auctions. Bill, you're new to the show. Can you start off by telling us a little about yourself?
Absolutely, Ryan. It's great to be here. Thanks for having me. I am the district manager for Northwest Iowa, and that district is known as District 5. And in November, I will have been here 2 years. And just really looking to finish 2020 on a strong note. It's been a great experience. I currently manage 12 sales reps in my district.
Do you have a lot of space in Iowa that was damaged by the flattening of the corn?
Well, Mark, I tell you what, we were real fortunate in my district here. Most of the damage just kind of started in the eastern edge of my district and really got bad from the rest of the way over to the border on the eastern side of state of Iowa.
Did anybody lose power at all in your area?
You know, we did lose some power. In fact, at my place, power was out from Monday morning about 9 a.m. We were restored with power Tuesday morning about 1:30 a.m.
So Bill, Sam Harper from your district was on the show last week and was telling us about the Cedric Winterbauer sale on the August 26th auction. Can you tell us how that went?
That was an absolutely fantastic auction that we had there yesterday. Cedric and Marilyn from Everly, Iowa, they farmed, fed out a lot of Holstein cattle, and just decided it was time to move on, enjoy the next stage of their life. There was 73 items, and we finished at 134% to target. I tell you what, they invested in the full marketing package, and it really paid off for them. One of the things that Cedric mentioned, and I hear this from all of the sellers, is they're just absolutely amazed by where all the calls come from. It's just a testament to how we do things here at BigIron that we bring in so many people and so many bidders to these auctions.
And I'd like to add to that, if I may, they had a 1770 Series 16-row 30 planter that sold for $98,000. That was a 2013 model. And they had a 8530 mechanical front tractor that brings $126,500. Great Plains Turbomax sells for $37,400. I mean, the equipment was outstanding, number one, but the prices were fabulous. And just to follow up on what Bill was saying, yesterday's audience was really, really good on BigIron.com. Just over 55,000 auction day IP addresses were on that auction yesterday. So tremendous following from people all over North America. We had a lot of other countries like Germany and United Kingdom and Austria and Australia were all watching and participating in items that were being sold yesterday. So we are grateful for all the people that are using BigIron.com as their main source for selling and buying quality ag construction and transportation equipment.
There's another retirement sale coming up in your area on September 2nd for Philip Lautner. What can you tell us about the equipment he has for sale?
Right. Philip Lautner, that's going to be a mix of construction and farm equipment. He's got a Champion road grader and a pair of International scrapers. There's also a John Deere planter, a hay rake, and a disc, and a really nice livestock trailer. Should be another great auction.
Mark, BigIron has another retirement sale in Iowa next week, and it's for Lane Meyer out of West Union, Iowa. What can you tell us about this package?
Yes, the Lane Meyer retirement sale, West Union, Iowa. They've got a Case IH MX270. They've got a New Holland TN75 tractor, folks. Only 478 hours on that machine. They've also got a New Holland TL9080T mechanical front tractor. They got a Case 2388, Case IH 2388 combine that is selling on their particular retirement sale. They've got some nice equipment as well, folks, so we hope you support the fine folks in Iowa. And remember, a lot of these folks throughout Iowa, they are experiencing 2020, and not only in a bad way with the pandemic, but their cornfields have been flattened. So for everybody out there listening, if you have an extra special part in your heart, bid a couple extra times on this equipment to help these folks out. Because who wants to have a retirement sale when everything is flattened outside? But we're going to sell it to the highest bidder. We hope everybody comes to the dance and participates.
Any other retirement sales next week you'd like to mention, Mark?
Yes, the Melvin Part A retirement sale there in Sterling, Nebraska. They got a Case IH 7240 mechanical front tractor. They got a Bobcat S185 skid steer that's going to sell. They've got additional items too on that retirement sale, folks. We've got a lot of different retirement sales that are taking place on BigIron.com throughout the month of September, several estate auctions as well. So the best thing you can do is just go to the website and take some time, scroll through the equipment. Remember to use the watch button because there's over 8,500 items selling in September from over 1,028 different sellers. So that's a lot of machinery. Use that watch button. That way you can click on the view all under your watch box and stay focused on the items that you have the most interest in. And in order to do that with that much equipment, Bill and Ryan, you got to start early to look at all those items. There's a lot of them there. And a lot of people, they use the browsing section or the search section of the site too. So if you're looking for a tractor, you can just eliminate everything else that's not a tractor and just scroll through all the tractors. You can even put a mileage search in there. So if you only want to go 100 or 200 miles out, it'll sort out all the equipment based on where it's located. But having said that, since we partner with Hitchpin Logistics, don't let the mileage and the distance scare you. Just call Hitchpin prior to the sale and they'll give you an estimate of what it's going to cost to get that thing freighted right to your door, whatever it is. Whether it's a small pallet of something or whether it's a big forage harvester or a combine, they'll get you those transportation quotes. That way you can be an educated bidder when you're participating on BigIron.com.
Mark, BigIron Auctions has a ton of items selling in the month of September. What do you attribute this to?
Well, we just got a lot of good sales reps, and people are, because of COVID, probably didn't sell some of their machinery in March and April and May like they would have, and they've just been kind of waiting. There was a lot of restrictions on some of the open outcry sales, and that made a lot of these sellers nervous, even though they were planning on using an online auction. But we have proved to them throughout the summer that our numbers, not only in our pieces, has increased, but the value has held and increased year over year. Combines this year are higher selling than they were last year at the same time, and our commodity price is even a little bit less. So we've got a lot of folks looking for equipment right now, and they are going to BigIron because they trust the site, they trust the experience, they appreciate the fact that we publish the owner's name. They also like the fact that everything sells with no reserves and there's no buyer fees. So those sellers are coming to BigIron right now. 1,028 sellers are using BigIron just to sell equipment in the month of September alone. So if anybody's listening to this, whether you're going to talk to somebody about whether or not they should be using BigIron or when they should be using BigIron, or the method in which they should be selling equipment, all they have to do is start calling these 1,028 sellers, because we publish their names, and ask for their opinion after the items close. And just as Bill said earlier on, people are usually amazed at the amount of interest that they get from all over the country, and they're very satisfied with the prices because they've had so much interest and activity.
Let's dive right in and see what's on the block on the September 2nd auction. Bill, in addition to the retirements we just mentioned, what else in Iowa do you have for sale next week?
We've got a lot of great stuff coming up, Ryan. Larry Larson has a really nice 2013 Kubota tractor and loader. Ben Anderson has a Case IH Magnum 275 tractor. Philip Chance from Menlo has a combine, flex draper, and cornhead. Renpro Company has a tractor and some grain trucks. Roger Osmond from Panama has a 1999 Freightliner truck tractor, and Kaufman Farms has a grain trailer and some water trucks.
Mark, what catches your eye on the September 2nd auction?
Well, we do a lot of business with AGCO and AGCO Finance, and they've got some outstanding tractors selling on BigIron September the 2nd. They have a 2014 Challenger MT 575D. This machine only has 726 hours, and they also have a 2015 Challenger MT 765E. This is a track tractor, folks, 375 horsepower machine. It's got 1,268 hours, so those machines will be selling. We've also got a New Holland tractor selling for Johnny Raper. They're out of Oil Trough, Arkansas. It's a 2014 New Holland T4 115 mechanical front tractor. They also have a disc bind mower too, and a New Holland roll belt 450 round baler that will be selling. The Dorman Ranch out of Kennebec, South Dakota, folks. They've got a 2013 Case IH tractor that's going to sell. They've got a Hagee self-propelled sprayer as well. If you're in the market, folks, for a New Holland combine, Brian Bish out of Giltner, Nebraska has got a New Holland machine that's selling. We've got all kinds of makes and models of combines selling on BigIron.com. So regardless of the color, regardless of the age, regardless of the year, you're going to be able to find one. I think there's over 120 combines selling in the month of September on Big Iron. We've got Dirk Fleck from Reynolds, Indiana. They've got 2 truck tractors and a grain trailer that's selling. In Bradshaw, Nebraska, James Monier, he's got a 2014 John Deere Draper head that's selling. C.D. Thomas Farms in Alliance, Nebraska. They've got some harvest equipment, some tractors, and some drills that are selling. So please check out the Big Iron website for all this equipment.
Mark, seems Big Iron always has some great equipment from dealers. What's on the block this week?
Well, we have a contract to sell equipment for Sun State Equipment Rentals, and they have a lot of scissor lifts, teller handlers, aerial devices, boom lifts. They've got John Deere loader backhoes that are selling. They've got a great selection of items that are in their rental store that are just being replaced by new inventory. So this equipment is rental ready. They just give us a call and say, hey, we've got 20 items at this location. Go take the pictures and sell them for us, and we do. We've got a contract with Mahindra USA to sell their compact tractors and UTVs, all shapes and sizes, belly mowers, loaders. They got diesels. They've got attachments for the 3 points on the back. So if you need a compact tractor for your acreage or for your farm place, these are overstocked items that have less than 10 engine hours on them, folks. Same thing goes for their UTVs. They've got 2-seaters. They got 4-seaters. They got gas burners, 750 cc's and 1,000 cc's. They're going to have less than 15, 20 miles on these UTVs that are going to sell here on the Big Iron website. Plus, we got a lot of different equipment dealerships across the country that like to use the Big Iron website to keep their inventory fresh on their site. So if you are in the market for quality equipment, the best thing about the Big Iron website is the representation that we provide. We also have a lot of semi-trucks. I tell you what, folks, if you need some trucks, I just want to mention a 2006 Peterbilt 379 triaxle truck that's selling in Humphrey, Nebraska from Mike Foltz. Unbelievable, well cared for truck that has got chrome from front to back. You know the song, my favorite color is chrome. This one's got a lot of it. Plus, we've got Chief Carriers in Grand Island, Nebraska. They are routine customers here on Big Iron, and they've got a couple international and Peterbilt semi-truck tractors that are selling. These are over the road. Best in maintenance programs, folks. So if you need semis, whether you want over-the-road trucks or day cab trucks, we've got them. Plus, we've got a lot of good quality livestock feeding equipment selling, from the wheel loaders to the feed wagons to the feed trucks to the skid loaders to the telehandlers to the grinders, all those items that you need in a livestock operation, they sell on Big Iron. Plus, we've got some forage harvesting equipment selling next week too. So go to BigIron.com for all the latest information. What are you going to do this fall on Saturday since there's going to be no football in Iowa?
Well, I tell you what, I'm going to become an Iowa State fan because Iowa State still will be playing. I did go to school in Nebraska, but we're kind of shut down in the Big Ten, as you know, so I'm going to be an Iowa State fan.
Is Iowa State allowing fans in the stands?
They are working on a plan to allow a limited number of fans in the stands.
And I don't think there's any tailgating at all, is there?
No, I don't think there's going to be any tailgating allowed at any college games on Saturdays or pro games on Sundays.
I think they can just go park and go to the game and then they have to leave, which takes out a lot of the fun, don't you think?
That removes the event part of the deal, and it's just then a game.
I enjoyed visiting with you, Bill. Thank you so much for your good work out there. I know you got some reps that are really kicking some butt and taking names, and I think a lot of that is a result of good leadership, but it's also a result of everybody doing it the right way. We talk about it all the time. Do you want to be the good auctioneer, the better auctioneer, or the best auctioneer? And I think in Iowa, I think the best auctioneers are rising to the top.
Well, thank you. And we try to do it the right way, and we're going to continue to get new reps started the right way and grow this business.
That's our show for today, folks. I'd like to thank our guests, Mark Stock and Bill Troshynski, and remind everyone that the equipment mentioned today can all be found on the September 2nd auction on BigIron.com. For the Big Iron Buzz, I'm Ryan Smith. We'll catch you here next week.